Guys, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another short video on a vintage Pachinko machine. Today we've got a real winner with the train. If you like these videos, please subscribe on my YouTube channel. Give me some likes, give me some comments. I appreciate that. I will always respond to your comments. Another place to go is magicpachinkorestorations.com. That's the website. There's also a contact on that page. One thing that I would ask, I ask this every time, please leave me a phone number. It's so much easier for me to call you than it is to try to leave you a text, well, not so much a text message, but if I just try to email you, I find that so many times it goes right into your spam folder and then I never hear from you again, and you think that I'm not trying to contact you. So again, please leave a phone number. I'll call you. I'll call you right away. As soon as you leave your message on the website or YouTube, I'm going to try to get in touch with you because I want to help you out, or certainly answer any questions regarding a restoration. Okay? So this is a 1975 Model B from Nishijin. This is one of their Special Electrics. This is called the train. The D51 is the designation of the locomotive. This has got a very, very cool center attraction. I'll give you a good look at it. This particular center attraction, all the blue paint was basically gone. The red and the orange was kind of gone too, so I did a lot of painting there. These guys needed to be repainted. The bottom part of the tulips, the paint was all gone there, so we did all of that painting. And then of course, with a full restoration, it got a new background and the cabinet and all of the stuff that I do on a full restoration. These are the original feet that were on the machine, and I also left the original plexiglass in this machine. The reason I did that is because it's in good shape to begin with, and it's thicker than the plexiglass I can source now. So I really like to leave the thicker plexiglass in there. I think this machine's going to get wall mounted at some point in time. So let me show you the back. And what you're going to notice right away is the transformer. The Special Electrics required 24 volt power rather than the 10 volt power that was normally in the parlors. And also you notice up here there is a circuit board, and the circuit board controls the solenoid that's here, and there's also a series of lights in the center attraction. I'll show you that once we power it all up. That transformer provides the 24 volts here, and it also will provide 12 volts that comes up and runs the normal lights for the ball out and the jackpot. So a little different setup than a normal Model B. So when you load these machines, this is typical of any Model B, Nishijin, or any style other machine, Model B, where you've got a hopper up here, you've got a center attraction, you've got the seesaw over here. Things may look different, but they're basically all set up the same. Somewhere in this area right in here is what's called the ball dump. And there's a hole in the front of your machine that the parlor owners could go from the front of the machines, poke a small wire through, it would hit this, and it would open this, which is the ball dump, and allow all the balls to dump out of the machine. Keep in mind, in Japan, these machines were lined up, wall to wall, but the back side was open to the parlor owners. That's why the balls would just fall right out and drop into a trough and run down to the other end so they could scoop them up. When you have your own Pachinko machine, you need to have something similar to this that would fit in here. This catches the losing ball. This is where the winning ball drops out into this tray. So you need something. It can be a cardboard box, a Tupperware bowl, doesn't matter, as long as it catches the balls. So actually, I'll just leave that right there. So when you go to load the machine, you want to make sure that you push this little metal piece over until you hear that click, and it'll lock right in. And that keeps the balls going toward the jackpot rather than going down the exit chute. So remember to latch that, or the balls you put in are going to go all over the floor. So you always want to just take a handful and drop them in, and they should run right all the way through and go into the jackpot. I recommend a handful because if you don't do the latch, they're going to go all over the floor, and it's much easier to pick up a handful than it is a whole bunch. So once you know that the pathway is correct, you can dump all sorts of pachinko balls in there. If you have, say, 500, keep in mind I also sell the pachinko balls. If you have 500, then you should put 475 of them right here. You only need about 20 balls in the front to get started. So now it's properly loaded. The other thing you want to check is what's called the seesaw. This area right in here is called the seesaw chamber, and behind this cover is your seesaw. Typically on a Nishijin, it's white plastic. It sits on an angle like this, with the right end high and the left end low. Quite often, your seesaw will be down like this. If it is, there's a little push rod right here, and you just push up on it, and it will take the seesaw from being like this and just lift it up like that. You have to do that. When a winning ball comes through, it drops down a ramp, it goes right into the seesaw. The seesaw then will tip and allow it to come down through the win chute. So make sure that's up before you try to play. The other thing that makes this machine a little bit or different, obviously, is there is a micro switch here that catches every ball that is a win. And you'll see what that actually does in just a minute. This is not typical on any other Nishijin machine that I'm aware of, except the train. Okay, so now we're all properly loaded. I'm going to plug this in. There is an off and on switch for the electronic part of it right here. And when it's on, it's going to be up where the red mark is. That's the on. You can play it off. It doesn't matter. Keep in mind, pachinko machines are 100% mechanical in the way that they work. So you as a player will take some balls, throw them in, and then you will start to launch. The proper way to launch is all the way down with your thumb. Just let it roll off your thumb, and it will launch a ball. You can also go all the way down, let off just a little. That one went to the left. That one went, I'm sorry, to the right. That one went to the left. So you'll get used to it. Ideally, you want the balls to drop right down through the middle. So let's see if we can get some wins here. Okay. So you got to win because I put a ball in this tulip. This light will flash, and if you noticed, you might have missed it, but the lights that are on the train sign also lit. So let's try to get some more wins. Oh, that was nice. So going down the middle, it will open the tulips. Again, it flashed the lights. Keep in mind when the tulips are open, they're a bigger target. You can get a win on a closed target, though. A little harder to do. There's another win. You see it flash and open. There's another win. Okay. So